all this shouting. This is not a podcast. This is Mike Mandel and Chris Thompson in Not a Podcast.
That's right.
We are broadcasting from our studio, lower quality camera, not the studio camera, which is using a webcam, and we're on YouTube and Facebook simulcasting. And if you are one of our members and you want to join us, we have Jamie in the waiting area here. Hello, Jamie. And we're going to bring a few people on. We want to talk about version 2 of the Mike Mandel Hypnosis
Exciting
Academy.
stuff, buddy.
Yeah.
It's live now. I mean, just absolutely amazing. It's been a long time.
We're going to show it off. We're going to talk about the making of and just answer any questions. So I wonder if there's a way. I know this tool has a way to bring in comments, but I haven't bothered to figure it out yet. Well, so maybe I will just pull up another browser tab and look at YouTube and Facebook. And if people have questions, we can answer them. But let's start by just saying, hey, it's awesome that 10 years after launching the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy, we kind of broke the hypnosis community. We launched the second version now, just today. So version 2, 10 years later, it's a complete redo, ground up, rebuild.
I want to hear more about breaking the hypnosis
community.
Well,
I'll tell you. So back in 2013, when we launched it, and I won't look at the camera. I think people will understand. We're having a conversation here.
Let's do that.
When we launched the MMHA in 2013, what would happen is some people would subscribe, they would join. We didn't have a lifetime membership at the time. Now we do, but they join, they go, I'm annoyed because I spent $10,000 on some
learning hypnosis.
I won't name any of the other schools. There's a lot of really good friends out there who would never say this about, but there are some that were charging ridiculous amounts of money. And then people would come and find our training and go, man, this Mandel guy, he taught me way more in 2 hours than a 4-year course that some other not 4 years, I'm exaggerating, but anyway, that's what I mean by we pissed off a lot of our students because they realized, I think we can, because they realized they'd wasted a bunch of money on some inferior training. So we rebuilt the academy. Let me show it off. Let's look at it.
Let's do that.
Let's look at it. It's come a long way.
It's a relief, buddy, that we've got to this point. This has been a heck of a lot of work.
Just a little. Yeah. I have been in this office, which is where all the magic happened, for the last 2 weeks, pushing buttons, copying and pasting, uploading content, reorganizing it. And our whole team has been working so hard at making this work.
Nine of us.
This is what it looks like now. So this is the homepage when you log in, this is the start here video, some instructions, some information about Mike. And then when you start going into the content, we made it really obvious to get onboarded well. Start here section, all the lessons. These are the core lessons all the way up to 20. Well, I'll go to page 2 just so you can see. There's a whole bunch of content in here. And lots and lots and lots of content that everybody gets access to. The director's cut stage hypnosis show, the community Q&A, the guest speakers, the online inductions module, all these awesome things that we've done. Now I want to show you this. This is the nice nav. Look at that.
Look at this.
This is an improvement. So you can just dive straight into any lesson that you want from here. Oh, let's look at the stage hypnosis director's cut that you and I did. And you can sort of jump.
And my father was concerned because it was
the stuff really comes
out. So it's a mix of studio, you and I,
commentary,
making
and the live show,
and then the actual show. So you're breaking apart every single piece of the show, what you did, why you did it, and this is just some of the bonus content. So I'll click here, and this is pretty much it for the tour. I wanted to really show this off because it's
so navigable.
Fabulous.
It's so easy to use. It's so clear.
Yeah, it's really great. And it's a real improvement in everything. The whole organization. I'm going to actually do one more thing. I'm going to go back to this.
Do it, Chris.
The organization, I think 10 years ago, you showed up and you just had an idea of what you'd want to teach in that lesson on that day. But it was pretty much just put me in front of the camera, Chris.
Give me the ball.
And we did that. And now everything is organized with a logical sequence. We've been really meticulous in introducing the foundational concepts in lesson 1 and 2. Then when we get into the Ericksonian paradigm, notice there are 5 full lessons on the Ericksonian paradigm, and it's so
each
logical,
lesson, multiple videos,
so approachable. We start with really simple things like pacing statements, and then how to soften those pacing statements, and then only then do we introduce leading statements, and then we put it together. Then we bolt on catalepsy, same thing that we've been doing in Foundations
in the live class too,
and in the live classroom. So it's been a big improvement. I'm going to turn off the screen share so that it's just back to us for a moment. And then I want to bring in, we've got Jamie in here already. We'll talk to you for a couple of minutes and hear your perspectives. Hopefully you've had a chance to dive in and look at it. And then I'm also going to do my best here
to show us your phone.
To search. I'm going to search on commentary in case anyone's dropping comments and has questions for us, because I'd love to just have a bit of a dialogue around how we did this, what happened, and what hypnosis can do for the general public, and what it will do for you. So let's bring Jamie on. Here we go. Ready?
It's about you.
It's about, all right. Here, press the button. Hey, Jamie, good to see you.
Hi. It's about me.
It's all about you. It is for the next 2 or 3 minutes at least. Yes. We missed you in Vegas this year, but we saw you last year there. That was awesome.
No, I was in Vegas this year.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
He's not kidding. I'm getting a red flag that Chris has maybe had a breakdown.
I wanted to see if I'd get a reaction out of you for that. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's yeah, but we haven't seen you in a few months because that was back in July. August. It used to be in August. By the way, if you're watching, go and get yourself a ticket to HypnoThoughts Live.
Yes.
HTLive.net is the URL, and Scott Sandlin and Stephanie Skiba have done an amazing job putting together the world's leading hypnosis conference.
And we've applied to teach again. And even if we don't get to teach, guess what?
Haven't gotten any emails yet, guys, but we're still going to go and spend our money to hang out with everyone, including you, Jamie. So
yes.
Have you checked out version 2 of the Academy yet?
Yes, I have. And it's very nice looking. I love it. The look of it and the functionality is fantastic. So question for you though.
Yeah, go for it. I want your questions.
On like the quizzes and everything, I'm certified. So
yes, you don't have to do them again.
Right. I have no reason to have to do that stuff again, even though I'm reviewing a lot of the material again.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull out the hypnotic language cards and answer that question for you.
Oh, wait, mine are in the other room.
Would you rather continue with your existing certification, or perhaps you might enjoy reviewing the new material and the new quizzes
to
be double sure that you know all of the information?
Brilliant.
And you may remember certain things that you've already forgotten, haven't you? No,
wow.
So yeah, you don't. If you're already certified, and that actually makes a good extra question that I'll answer. So if you are joining the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy on any plan, we have our regular plan, our annual, monthly options, and then our lifetime options. Certifications included for everybody. The only stipulation is it doesn't open for the first 30 days of membership. So you have to actually prove that you've gone through some of the material to open up the quizzes and the certification. We don't charge anything for it, and you don't have to keep paying to access your certification. It's just done.
Right.
I hate it when people go, if you want to say that you're certified by us, you have to give us money every single year.
No chance on that happening.
We hate that.
Another thing I want to mention, Jamie, a thing I think you'll really like about 2.0 is we've done comprehensive work in teaching ego states and ideomotor work. We brought in new stuff. It's not just a replication of the other stuff. We kept the great stuff that was there, but we've expanded into other areas, as Chris is about to demonstrate.
Check this out. Yeah, I'll leave you on camera here,
I'll
Jamie.
put some glasses on.
But check this out. We've got an entire lesson now, and in version 1, actually, let's talk about this. You didn't really talk about ego states at all in 2013.
Nope.
And when we developed that. So what changed in Mike Mandel's life and brain to go, hey, you know what, this Gordon Emerson stuff, this
who we had as a guest for one of our monthly things.
But all of this.
I got interested in ego states, began to realize that they were they were important in every kind of change work without exception. It's always an ego state issue, and then began to study the subject in depth and developed a number of ego state interventions that are completely original.
Yes.
Well, completely, you can't put them. It's original or it isn't. I've done a modifier on something.
Yeah.
But and
it is sort of unique, Mike. There's another don't modify. Right.
But and so consequently, the stuff that I've learned about it and applied, having taught ego states in Las Vegas and in England and so on, this had to be in the Academy. There's so much stuff here.
So there is a lot of new stuff. That's why I do think, Jamie, going through the lessons again and then going through the quizzes again will be worthwhile. And the quizzes are still turned off at this very moment. It happens to be Black Friday, November 24th. So for everyone watching live, you can sign up to the MMHA right now. I think I put a link in the description, but it's BF for Black Friday .MikeMandelHypnosis.com, and that'll present you with the lifetime membership offer that we've put together for Black Friday. If you already have lifetime membership, then you wouldn't need to buy it, would you?
You just get it.
Yeah,
it just shows
it's
up.
Automatic upgrade. Now, so Jamie, I didn't turn on the surveys yet, or the surveys. What is wrong with my brain? Not enough
you're having
coffee.
a breakdown. Clearly.
I didn't reactivate the new quizzes yet. I had to take them offline, and then oh my goodness, the swearing and the cursing and
the shouting.
The ridiculous number of times I've had to copy and paste from our Google Doc where we work on the quizzes and then put it into the membership platform. Horrendous amount of time, a lot of energy. So I will probably get that done this afternoon. I will get all those quizzes and the final exam back up online for everybody. So hopefully that answers your question.
I did lifetime today. So I am now lifetime.
Oh, yes, you upgraded.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's another major thing people need to understand is if you're a member now, or if you have been a member for any period of time, then you can just send an email to support@MikeMandelHypnosis.com. That goes to Vanessa. And then she looks up your account and goes, oh, well, you've been a member for 8 months at $47. That comes off the price. Oh, you bought Mindscaping. Oh, you attended Foundations Live. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Your custom quote is X, whatever it works out to for you. That's why it's custom. And boom.
We make it easy for you.
Then you're done.
Over deliver.
Yeah, it's awesome. So it's been a huge job. Anything else you want to know about MMHA, or maybe I should invite you to say a few nice words about it?
Very good. No pressure.
I'll be glad to. I have one other question first, though. Something I think has changed since my certification was the accreditation with ICBCH and these. So if any of us were were certified a while ago, how do we get that information now to get our
Thank you. I am going to write this as soon as I finish answering. Your special job is to say, go write that on the whiteboard, Chris. Okay. That's I've got to put the links in the follow-up email. So once somebody gets certified,
the Filipino
email.
Follow-up
email. The Filipino email.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The follow-up email, once you get certified, will have instructions in it. And I'll make sure that I send those instructions out to all prior certified members, because I think that's useful. And thank you for bringing that up, because that's one of the new things.
Maybe explain what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, is over the last year or so, we've had a few people suggest this is a good idea. So we now can offer all of our MMHA certified members, if you've done our certification, then you can go to the ICBCH or the IHA, which is the International Hypnosis Association, and then you can join their organizations and benefit from you get an extra certificate to hang on your wall. I think some of them have options for things like group insurance. And sometimes if you want insurance, you need to be able to say you're a part of some organization that looks official. And I'm not a big fan of all these organizations that, not these specific ones.
These two are good ones.
In general, organizations that make up like if we created an organization called the Stormrider Foundation of Professional Hypnotists or something, or some professional sounding name. And really, we own it. We're on the board of directors. It's just sort of this fake shell of an organization so that we can pretend that people are a part of some organization. No, we didn't want to do that. So if you want to be a part of a real organization, join the ICBCH or the IHA, and under your Stormrider credentials, basically you get favorable treatment from them.
Yes. It was nice that our training became recognized by all these other organizations.
Yeah, they had to audit.
He said, I can't imagine anyone would not accept.
Oh, you just reminded me. Scott gave us a really awesome post.
Nice.
Yeah, he said, feel free to use this as leverage, because he was trying to suggest that we go into another, or anyway, separate story.
Interesting.
So that's it. Yeah.
Let's bring it back on topic. There we are.
Okay, we rang the bell. So yeah.
Scary thing was Steve Allen.
Anything else?
No, just that I really obviously love you guys. I remember.
Thank you. We love you too. All right.
And that it was for me, it was nice as a complete newbie and outsider to anything except hypnotherapy as a kind of cool thing I might like to learn, that during the pandemic, it was something I decided to do online and invest some education. And for me, it was wonderful to be able to do it incrementally. So I didn't feel like I had to jump in the deep end of the pool with a lot of money all at one time if I wasn't sure this is what I really wanted to do. So it's been great that I started off monthly, and then I worked my way to annually. And then, like I said, today I went ahead and did the lifetime, but I didn't have to put that all in all at one time when I wasn't sure if this was something I wanted to invest that much money.
Thank you for mentioning
thank
that.
you guys very much for having this format, the online education. You're fun to listen to. You're fun to spend time with.
Thank you so much.
And so, you know, nothing's perfect. I don't even like myself all the time, let alone everybody else. But
this live stream started to go downhill now. No, I'm kidding.
But compared to a lot of other educational choices, it's been really great to have the incremental. It gave me permission to really decide if I liked being here. And I
without having to put down a whole bunch of money at once.
Right.
That's exactly it.
And commitment, time, and brain, and everything. So thank you guys very much, and I love the upgrade. Thank you.
Thank you for popping in, and I will be talking to you soon.
Yes, we will.
All right. Let me just dial off to. Okay, so just to us for a bit, and then we'll see if we can bring some more people in. And Jamie, hang around in the waiting area if you want to just keep watching us do this live. The point that she brought up, I think, is a really good one too. When I referenced breaking things 10 years ago, in 2013, I don't think there was any other academy of the breadth. There's not really that many out there like ours anyway. I mean, there's nothing like ours with just the stuff that we bring to the table. But in terms of being able to buy a digital course that was meticulously broken down without a lot of money to be spent up front, the alternative was typically give somebody like $2,000 and they ship you a box of DVDs. And you can now watch them in your DVD player. And if you don't like them, there's a money back guarantee, but
you got to ship them back.
You are now responsible for this big freaking box of stuff, and you have to go and return it and hope they return your money. Whereas we introduced in 2013 a subscription model. So you pay a monthly fee and you can stay as long as you want.
Well, yes. And when you brought that up and came up with the idea, we're going to go subscription, I thought you were insane. I thought, like, why would anybody want to do this? Like,
because of exactly what Jamie just said.
Didn't get it. But now I understand. It lets people ease into the water, determine if it's the right temperature for them.
And then when we introduced, so me always being the kind of person that I never want anyone to feel like they got an unfair deal. So when we released a lifetime membership option, I was thinking about this going, well, wouldn't it make sense to just count someone's past spending and take that off of the lifetime price?
Take it from.
And so finally with the team that we have now, we can do that. I don't have to go manually do it myself. I just send an email to Vanessa and say, custom quote, boom, done.
You got to give that woman a raise. She's doing a lot of
there
work.
You go.
Yeah,
she's pretty awesome. So what else? What can we talk about? I'm going to look at the Facebook comments and the YouTube comments, but can you maybe give a little bit of a background on how you've told this before, so I want it to be somewhat original content. How did you figure out that you needed to teach the Ericksonian model before the direct model of hypnosis? Why do we teach both, and why in that order?
Okay, well, obviously, many schools teach entirely the direct stuff. A few teach just the Ericksonian model. But it is not either side of a coin. This is on a continuum.
Right.
So the Ericksonian is much more maternal and indirect and gentle, whereas the extreme direct hypnosis is very paternal and very much in your face. Think Peter Ravine's hypnosis shows, that sort of thing. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a different model. And by teaching both of them with my neo-Ericksonian approach, it enables you to intervene on this continuum. You can be as direct as you need to and as indirect as possible. It gives you extreme flexibility. And flexibility of behavior, because of the law of requisite variety, means the element with the most options is the controlling element, and it gives you enough options to be the controlling element in a session. Having said that, when I was teaching for Derek Balmer, I used to teach the direct model up front. Then I taught the Ericksonian model up front because he only taught the Ericksonian model. And I experimented back and forth. And I found that if we taught the direct model up front, people didn't bother learning the Ericksonian stuff in depth. They found it too just soft and easygoing. They wanted the sledgehammer in your face, change now kind of stuff, which is fine.
Yeah.
But by teaching the Ericksonian model up front, it gives a wonderful linguistic foundation and a rapport foundation for everything we do. And by teaching that up front, then we drop the direct stuff on top of it, and we don't lose either. People will then feel comfortable applying both of them, including the metaphors and all of the above.
Good answer. I just
Thanks,
realized
man.
that unfortunately with us being on webcam, it's so weird having to creep in. You have to get a little closer.
Creeping in the creepery. Yeah.
I did pull up the YouTube stream and I can see us in another window, so that's always odd.
That's
and
good,
I'm going to
Chris.
answer Igor's question. Igor had a good question. He said, if you're a light member, MMHA Light, we introduced about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, a light membership. So it's just the core 24 lessons. You don't get any of the bonus material. Right. You can attend the live events live, but no replays because I'm only going to upload them into the main course. No certification testing and a bunch of other stuff, but it's a lot cheaper. And so it's a great way to get started. And if anyone's interested, I guess just email support@MikeMandelHypnosis.com because we don't advertise it on the website anywhere, but it's the light membership and it's less expensive. So yes, it is getting updated to version 2, Igor. I just haven't done it yet because the priority was to get version 2 launched. Then I can bulk copy all the lessons into the light product. So that'll probably get done this weekend is my best guess. So you will have access to it. Absolutely.
When you said Igor right away, I think Igor Ledovsky and think Igor's taking our course.
No,
now.
Igor Ledovsky's great.
Friend,
yeah, he's a great guy.
We love the guy.
He's another guy actually who introduced a deck of language cards. Yes. I think he called it his hypnotic language shortcut system or something like that. It's not the same as language patterns on cards. Right.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, and that was actually a smart business move from him too, because he made them free. You just cover the cost of shipping or something like that, which is always a good way to do things.
Point out what I think is interesting is I came up with that brilliant line, hypnotic power in a box.
Yes.
And I'm really glad you kept it for the newest iteration of these cards.
Oh, for sure. Wasn't going to change it. By the way, these cards are on our website at MikeMandelHypnosis.com/cards. And you can only buy them in the United States right now. But if you go and join the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy test drive and then end up upgrading to the Academy from there, then there's an offer where we ship you this deck anywhere in the world at our cost, which is kind of cool too. All members get the digital version of the cards. It's a PDF and a bunch of training videos. And we're going to redo those training videos. We're going to make them much more comprehensive, almost like a full standalone course, which is going to be awesome for people.
Excellent.
And we'll give that to everyone who has the cards for free. So let me read what other questions. New Zealand Brain Software podcast found and are listening to it on your commute. That's freaking awesome. We love hearing from people. I was
in New Zealand twice. Yeah. I never got out of the airport. I think it was at Wellington. Just on my way to Australia. Yeah.
Nice. Let's talk. So you explained how you got into hypnosis and realizing that you wanted to put the Ericksonian stuff before the direct stuff,
right?
And that you do want that continuum. Maybe let's do this. What would you say has changed the most in the last decade for you, other than ego states? We already talked about ego states with Jamie. What else changed for you in how you do hypnosis or how you teach hypnosis?
Great question. The method we use is the same as we teach the British Jiu-Jitsu system. We teach a stripped down method that works.
Yeah.
We don't need a lot of
looking at yourself.
I know. I'm really like looking at myself. We don't need a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
We don't need a lot of
look
fluff.
At the camera.
Yeah. We don't need a lot of fluff. We teach what works. We have the stuff that doesn't have a lot of window dressing on it. It's not a bare bones system, but it's all the components you need to do amazing hypnosis. Now, having said that, over the last few years, I moved to a much more subtle stuff. I'm leaning more towards the Ericksonian, working with people in class and so on, which is the only time I work with people now. But I like the subtlety. I like the top-down interventions where you're drawing from the client's resources, rather than saying some stupid suggestion 15 times at them and hoping it'll get in.
Yes. Exactly.
Now,
yes. Multitasking and trying to listen to
myself, and you were smiling inappropriately. So smiling inappropriately. Both made a very serious error.
Okay, you guys are all here, and you forgot to tell me to go write that on my whiteboard.
I thought what was I when we're done?
I was going to tell you. I was going to do it right now. What is it that I was supposed to write? Certification.
Okay, he's going to go.
Yes. Okay.
I'll maintain the workload while he's gone.
MMHA, and I'm writing Jamie beside.
Careful, don't slide forward in the chair. You might disenfranchise yourself.
I started saying that at volleyball on Tuesday nights when people run close to where the pole is. When they go to dive in and
they might do themselves a disservice.
They get really close, and I go, "Oh, you don't want to do yourself a disservice." And it gets a great
line.
Now, what the heck did I interrupt myself for?
To put that on
the board. That on the board.
Come back already.
Jamie, it's there. Oh, right. Now I remember the lines. So on the whiteboard here, I have a few lines that we intend to work into the podcast.
Roger Frenulum.
The one that I really want to use is inappropriate consolation prize.
Oh, you like that one? I like it too.
I really
you
like
return
it.
to the alarming frequency. I think
I
entirely because it's your own.
I know. I came up with it one day, completely original to me. Well, how does something completely original? That's a modifier.
Modifier.
It's original to me. It's unique to me. And I want to hear suggestions on how we can work that into our podcast. And there may be a grand prize and there may be an inappropriate consolation prize.
While you're on that topic, let me just mention at this point, Chris, I'm looking, this whiteboard is like 8 feet by 3.5 feet, something like that. I've just noticed, I'm really glad the camera isn't pointing at it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's a ton of stuff on here that is not for general consumption. Memory jogs for him that are very bizarre. I'm looking at myself again. I caught myself. I'm looking at the camera again.
I wonder if I could, I'll try this out sometime, but I'm pretty sure with the iPhone and Mac setup, you can actually use your phone as a webcam.
Well, I've got the iPhone 17 here, so
yeah, sure. So we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon here.
Yeah, we're gonna go
for a few more minutes, but yeah, and I don't think we're gonna be able to bring anyone else on at this point, just because it's getting late. But we're super thrilled. I want to just really say I am so freaking thrilled. I remember 2013, buddy. I said to you, we need to launch an online academy. We need to do MMHA because we have the architecture of hypnosis in Toronto. It can get very expensive to fly to Toronto, pay for the tuition, put yourself up at a hotel, but pay for all your meals, and usually take time off work, or if you're self-employed, which I would say a good half of our students are probably self-employed, you're not working that week. And so it's harder to make money. And so it gets very expensive to come to Toronto. And I thought,
I never thought about that aspect.
That's why I said we need to create the academy, because if we have an academy and it's a reasonable price, to Jamie's point about you don't have to commit a large amount of money, you can just join and go, oh yeah, I love it, I'm in for life. Or you can go the opposite of that. You can say,
what I can learn
those guys are jerks. I hate them. They're stupid.
Not many people say
nobody
that.
says that. No one actually. No. I said it.
They might think it.
Yes,
but
sometimes you're a real jerk, so they can do what they want. You can all do what you want, which is great. And I thought what would happen is that all the people who were thinking, I want to go to Toronto, but it's too much time, money, I'll just join the academy. And that did happen. But the reality is also people went into the academy and then went, oh my goodness, it's so great.
Yeah, there's more stuff
if
than we thought.
It's that good online, and that was the 10 years ago version, how amazing would it be in person? And it started filling up our live classes, which is...
Well, it's crazy.
It's a nice problem.
People are booked in the master class for May next year already.
Pretty much it's sold out now. So, and we're going to be opening the doors to the May 27th to May 31st, 2024.
Architecture of Hypnosis, Toronto at our new location. And we are having a blast.
But in the meantime, we got this Black Friday launch. It's not really a Black Friday sale. It's more like a Black Friday launch event for the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy version 2. The sale part of it is, if you're brand new and you want to join as a lifetime member, you want to check out the offer that we put out there, because it's awesome.
Stupidly generous.
And if you are looking at it going, my budget does not allow for that right now, that's no problem. That's why we have a monthly option and an annual option. You can do whichever one works for you.
But who'd want to miss all those incredible
You wouldn't want to miss it. I will say, and I hate, and I'm not trying to put any pressure, but the fact is that when this deal ends on December 1st, the price is going up. And one of the bonuses is you are going to be doing a live Zoom training I didn't tell you this yet. No, of course I told you. I'm just kidding. I didn't make up a bonus that Mike doesn't know about, but we talked about it.
I did.
You knew about it, of course. I invented the structure of it, which is we're going to do it over 4 weeks on Zoom weekly, probably for 2 hours a week.
Yep.
Probably a mix of teaching and then breakout rooms to practice activities and brainstorm. So sort of a mastermindy, workshopy kind of thing. So that's why you'll want to be there live. And that's why we've capped the number of people who can be in that. We also have a lot of legacy lifetime members. We're letting them all into that for free. You don't have to pay. If you're a lifetime member, you're in. Even if you're an old lifetime member at a drastically cheaper price, you still get a free ticket to that event, guys. That's how freaking
we will continue to over deliver.
Yes, we love it, right? So to me, while I love to grow the business, I do not love to grow the business for maximum revenue's sake. I think that's a huge mistake in life, and I would recommend all of you out there think about it. How many decisions have you made in your life that cost you money but gained you lifestyle and freedom and things like that? Probably tons. How many people still ask you to do stage hypnosis shows?
No, you get asked every now and then.
And you can get paid a lot of money doing that. Do you want to do one ever again? That's why you say you'll only do it if the fee is.
That's right.
How much?
$1 million US in advance.
And no one will pay
and
that.
all expenses.
So for all intents and purposes, you're retired. But
From
you can
that,
claim you just
but not
really
this.
raised your price. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. I just raised my price.
Point being, yeah, you have to do things in your life. This is not a podcast, by the way.
No, it is not.
Although one could be fooled into believing that it's certainly resembling. Yeah. But you don't want to wreck your life by doing everything about how do you make the maximum revenue. I think that just screws your life up. That's why we keep the company the way it is.
Well, we say never mistake your job for your life.
Yes.
They're not the same thing.
Yeah, that is
Chris. The timing on that was brilliant. Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, we should go eat
Yeah,
off.
so check out, we're gonna go eat lunch. Check out the Black Friday lifetime deal.
Yes.
If you're an existing member and you want to upgrade, like Jamie mentioned earlier, I'm gesturing like as if because I can see you still. I can see the grayed out
well,
box.
You see her lurking.
Yeah. I see. So if you want to
like
do
Jamie
that, you just reach out to Vanessa, support@MikeMandelHypnosis.com. If you're brand new and you watch this video and go, I can't get enough of these guys. They're crazy. They're my style. Just join Lifetime. You will love it. It's been the gift that keeps on giving to people who bought it years and years ago. It's awesome.
You're giving me so many brilliant lines. None of which I can actually use.
You can't say any of them.
Okay.
Or you'll get the inappropriate consolation prize. All right. Wonderful. I am just so happy. We are way over the hump. There's a few little bits as per
to tweak in the tweak.
Yeah, there's a little tweaking. Let me just check the other. Keep up the okay, Bob. Keep Igor. Says MMHA is an amazing accomplishment and knowledge contribution. I couldn't believe the first time I saw the promo for the Academy. Yeah, thank you, Igor. Really appreciate that comment. Bob says keep up the good work. Okay, fantastic. So no new questions that we have to address here.
Awesome.
Other than to say thanks again. No, I'm not going to end it quite that boldly.
We're not.
We will. We'll do our usual ending. But
okay.
I have to get my finger on the mouse to end the stream.
As the actor said to the bishop.
Yeah, so check it out. Let us know if you have any questions. We're continuing to build momentum. We are introducing so much new stuff. We've got the practice rooms that are a new thing in the last year. We've got Noel running them as the community facilitator. Yep. We got staffed hours, so that not only are the rooms open 24/7, but we have several, usually more than one per day, staffed hours where Noel can help you get into a group and break the ice and practice some stuff. We're bringing on
people are loving it. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, and every single lesson in the Academy is soon to have, because you've almost finished editing them. All of the lessons have practice kits, which means like a series of, if you imagine a practice kit, let's say we were to document the entire practice activity on a card, not what we've done. I'm using it as a metaphor, but imagine, a post, boom, here's a practice activity. Here's another practice activity. Here's another practice activity, really well explained. And we're producing videos on how to explain all
right, because then you're not going to jump into the practice room. Well, what do you want to work on? I don't know. What do you
so exactly.
No, we figure it out for you.
Right. We show you what you can do, and that way you can use the community. You can go into the practice rooms during the scheduled times or on your own if you want, and you'll have stuff to actually do that makes it really fun. And some of the practice activities, of course, involve using like the digital version of the cards.
Brilliant.
If you don't have the physical version, and it's awesome. So yeah, check it out. You guys are gonna love it. We're gonna dominate in 2024, making hypnosis easy and fun to learn. We've already been doing it. We're gonna make it even better.
Time.
Yeah, and we might do some podcasts too. So all right, let me hover over the button here,
nice.
Hover in the hovery, and we can say thanks again and